Welcome back to Spark Recaps. Today, we're diving into Revolver, 2005, Guy Ritchie's mind-bending psychological thriller. Packed with deception, strategy, and unexpected twists, this intense film keeps you guessing till the end. Spoilers ahead, watch out. Revolver is more than just a crime thriller. It's a deep dive into the human psyche, exploring themes of ego, identity, and the illusions of power. At its core, the film follows a man's journey to confront and overcome his own destructive ego, all while navigating a world of deception, manipulation, and high-stakes criminal intrigue. The story centers on Jake Green, Jason Statham, a brilliant but arrogant gambler who has just been released from 7 years of solitary confinement. His imprisonment was orchestrated by crime lord Dorothy Macha, Ray Liotta, who indirectly caused the death of Jake's sister-in-law and framed him for a crime he didn't commit. Now free, Jake is consumed by one goal: revenge. Jake's time in prison wasn't wasted. He learned a winning formula for all games from two mysterious men during his solitary confinement. Using this formula, he infiltrates Macha's high-stakes casino game and humiliates the crime lord by winning a massive sum of money. This act sets off a chain reaction as Macha, a man ruled by paranoia and ego, hires a hitman to eliminate Jake, thrusting him into a deadly game of cat and mouse. As Jake becomes the target of Macha's hitman, his journey takes a darker, more introspective turn. After a sudden blackout, Jake discovers he has a rare blood disease and only 3 days to live. Desperate and cornered, he encounters Zach and Avi, Ray Liotta and Vincent Cassell, two enigmatic figures who offer him protection, but at a steep price. Jake must surrender all his winnings and submit to their every command. Reluctantly, he agrees, and his descent into a dangerous game of survival begins. Zach and Avi guide Jake through a series of perilous tasks, each designed to peel back the layers of his vendetta against Macha. However, as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that nothing is as it seems. While Zach and Avi initially appear to be key players in the criminal underworld, their true purpose is to force Jake to confront his own violent tendencies and manipulative strategies. Each scenario is a test of Jake's loyalty, courage, and ultimately, his ego. A pivotal moment occurs when Jake hesitates to enter an elevator at the casino. His lifelong claustrophobia triggers a panic attack, but Zach and Avi's bodyguards push him to face his fear. This scene serves as a metaphor for the psychological battles Jake will face as the story progresses, with the elevator symbolizing his internal struggles. At the hospital, Jake receives confirmation of his rare blood disease and is told he has only days to live. This grim diagnosis adds urgency to his quest for survival. Zach and Avi offer him a chance to live, but their terms place him deeply in their debt and under their control. As the narrative unfolds, we learn more about Jake's past. During his time in prison, he struck a deal with the Eddies, a group of criminals. Using his winning formula, Jake outsmarted the Eddies and took their money, earning their wrath. They attempted to have him killed, but Jake escaped with the help of his formula. This experience shaped Jake's psyche, teaching him the power of manipulation and the dangers of unchecked ego. Parallel to Jake's story, Macha's obsession with power leads him to seek a deal with the mythical crime kingpin Sam Gold. However, Gold is not a real person. He represents the ultimate embodiment of ego and greed, the force that drives Macha's every decision. Jake uncovers the truth about Gold, realizing that the figure is a fabrication, a metaphor for the ego that leads men to their downfall. In a conversation with Avi, Jake reflects on how he used his formula in prison, playing a metaphorical game of chess with his captors. The formula wasn't just about winning games, it was a strategy for life, one that ultimately helped Jake escape the prison of his mind and body. Jake and his partners execute a daring heist, stealing a safe containing powder that Macha had promised to Lily, his advisor. The robbery is meticulously planned to frame Macha, making it appear as though he and Lord John had robbed each other. This marks a turning point in Jake's mission to dismantle Matcha's empire and humiliate him. The climax of Jake's journey occurs when he walks past Matcha in his casino without fear. This moment signifies Jake's liberation from the grip of his ego. Matcha, unable to comprehend Jake's newfound peace, is consumed by his own insecurities. His ego convinces him that the only way to regain control is through self-destruction, leading to a tragic and poetic end. Matcha's inability to let go of his ego seals his fate. The film's climax is a psychological showdown. Jake infiltrates Matcha's home and confronts his ultimate fear, himself. Trapped in an elevator, his lifelong claustrophobia becomes a metaphor for his internal battle with his ego. In a moment of profound self-realization, Jake rejects the voice of his ego, breaking free from its grip. This liberation allows him to face Matcha with serenity and confidence, no longer bound by fear or the need for validation. In the final twist, Zach and Avi reveal that they were never real people. Instead, they were symbolic representations of Jake's inner conscience and reasoning, guiding him through his psychological journey. Their purpose wasn't survival in the criminal world, it was about transcending it, teaching Jake to confront his deepest fears and rise above them. Jake's victory isn't over Matcha or the criminal empire, but over himself. By rejecting greed, manipulation, and fear, Jake emerges as a free man. He has transcended the false narratives created by his ego, breaking free from the cycle of power and control. Revolver is more than a crime thriller. It's a profound exploration of ego, identity, and power. The film challenges viewers to question their own perceptions of control and the cost of external validation. Through Jake's journey, we learn that the greatest battles are often within, and true freedom comes from rejecting the illusions that bind us. With its non-linear narrative, rich symbolism, and philosophical depth, Revolver leaves audiences with lingering questions long after the credits roll. The film teaches us that by transcending the ego, we can escape the cycle of violence, manipulation, and self-doubt, ultimately achieving the freedom we seek. Before we go further, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Recap Junkies for more thrilling stories. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Your support means the world to us.